Good morning, everyone. My name is Zora.
And my name is Jessica.
We're part of Business Builds Branding. We're so thankful to be here today to offer a potential solution in regards to re-establishing Tim Hortons as a trusted Canadian brand.
So here's a brief overview of what we'll be covering during today's consultation.
So just to start us off, upon founding the Tim Hortons franchise in 1964, co-owners Tim Horton and Ron Joyce built their brand on the foundation to deliver superior quality product for their communities.
For a company with such a long-standing history with its customers, we all wonder, where did they go wrong for their sales to have fallen by 4.3% in just 3 months?
So we have established 3 main underlying causes: low social media activity, underrepresentation of minority groups, and consumer shifts to healthier foods.
By taking a look at Tim Hortons' Twitter, it seems that they're lagging behind their competitors. Although Tim Hortons may have a larger following count than McDonald's, their engagement per tweet is much lower than the latter.
According to statistics provided by the Government of Canada, many companies, including fast food chains, have less diversity among their employees. So currently for Tim Hortons' board of directors, it only consists of 1 woman amidst 9 males. As a progressive society, we believe that Tim Hortons should take the initiative in having a greater role within this change.
Additionally, consumers are steadily becoming more health conscious, resulting in a less demand for fast foods.
And while under Restaurant Brands International, Tim Hortons has the advantage of a stable and affordable foundation, as well as a satisfactory price to expand internationally.
While Tim Hortons branding may be straying off of their overall focus and breaking away from their always fresh promise, they still have some great opportunities. Integrating the Tim Hortons spirit into youth through more of their camps can create a positive impact that can last for years to come.
And since many teens prefer to eat and shop at trendy places, this is quite disadvantageous for Tim Hortons, as competing shops such as Starbucks do a better job at keeping their menu contemporary for teens by selling different products such as the unicorn frappuccino. Or even for stores like Freshie, they offer more health-conscious foods.
The amazing thing, though, about Tim Hortons is that their menu caters to the needs of all demographics.
Located in both cities and small towns, chains are often placed near campuses and office buildings to serve the stressed 3 a.m. bio student and the businessman.
It's like an unwritten rule that where there is a sports game, the iconic red lettering will be found somewhere. Tim Hortons is often located in en routes or advertised as an option for fast food on highway exits during long road trips.
And although Tim Hortons may be at the top of the marketplace, there is still quite a number of competitors. So what makes these restaurants our rivals?
Well, it would seem that what makes Starbucks so successful is their innovative drinks. As for McDonald's, they have been able to adapt to whatever the market wants, taking steps to becoming one of the first to offer free delivery, free Wi-Fi, and nutritional facts behind their products. Lastly, Dunkin' Donuts is seen by today's teens as more modern, while KFC's affordable fried foods come in clutch for binge eaters.
So now let's take a look at Tim Hortons market. They're situated around 15 countries in both rural and urban municipalities. So this is great, as expanding internationally helps promote Tim Hortons' name and reputation.
On the other hand, some other ways that the franchise advertises within the Americas is through subway posters and social media. Especially in a city like Toronto, most residents will be able to catch a glimpse of advertisements on the TTC.
So Tim's has always valued affordability and the intangible feeling of familiarity. An advertisement once garnered a lot of attention through the story of a local member named Lillian, who's welcomed as part of Tim Hortons' family. So now that's what Tim Hortons wants to feel like to its daily consumers.
Now, let's take a look at 2 potential solution plans. To start, we have Mr. Timmy's Takeover. This potential plan is separated into 3 sub-plans.
So first, we would capitalize on the reach provided by digital platforms through developing an interactive campaign in order to engage our customers and just kind of offer them something to look forward to besides the food.
Second of all, Tim Hortons would implement a new health-conscious menu.
And lastly, Tim Hortons would use various strategies to diversify their workforce, as well as actively advocate for underrepresented groups in Canada.
With respect to the second possible plan, Rollback at Tim's, we would refurbish the current Tim Hortons app to provide a more user-friendly and engaging mobile experience.
So both are amazing plans, but which would deliver the most efficient results? Well, here's a chart to visualize the competence of our 4 criterias.
First, we analyzed the cost. Seeing as Mr. Timmy's Takeover involves many sub-plans, its time and expenses would pass the price of solely refurbishing the Tim Hortons app for Rollback at Tim's.
And Mr. Timmy's Takeovers would be more popular amongst all customers as it includes diverse groups where everyone can find something that will draw them to the brand. Well, as the fact that the Rollback at Tim's is solely mobile-based, and it cuts its potential customers by half.
Since implementing either plan will be expensive and take years to fully come to fruition, the chosen plan should create a lasting impact that highlights Tim's Canadian roots. Mr. Timbit's Timmy's takeover will evoke a sense of nostalgia and intrigue new customers.
And now lastly, when it comes to engagement, both plans have equally unique factors that ensure customers can feel active within the Tim Hortons community.
So, which is a better option? So far, Mr. Timbit's Timmy's takeover seems to be more advantageous, but let's take a look at some more analysis.
So we've actually conducted a survey and received over 100 replies. Our responses showed an overall disinterest in the food-related apps. And when asked how Canadian of a brand Tim Hortons truly was, only 27.9% said that they associated the franchise as a staple to Canadian culture. Now, this is something that our final solution intends to fix.
Given all previous analysis, both plans have been plotted on a decision graph based on feasibility and customer interest to set on a plan of action. Both schemes score high vertically, however, rollback at Tim's lags way behind horizontally. With that being said, our final solution has been to implement Mr. Timbit's Timmy's takeover.
So you must be wondering, who is this Mr. Timbit? Well, as Tim Hortons no longer has a distinguishable mascot to hook in new customer interest, we've decided to bring back the iconic 1970s Mr. T.
Now, let's take a look at Mr. T's subplans. Tim's Interactive hits it off with social media promotion through the use of fun and engaging challenges for customers to partake in, especially as this pandemic has been quite a downer.
And the second subplan, Mr. Diversity, is to use Tim's platform to help make social and cultural change, as we believe that it's important to take initiative in hosting new opportunities for immigrants, as well as supporting underrepresented groups. So much like the ice cream company Ben & Jerry's, who have actively been participating in protests.
Lastly, the final subplan is Mr. Timbit's Tasteful Treats, where the longtime slogan, always fresh, will be restored. Tim Hortons' research team will be able to review menu item ingredients, develop healthier alternatives, and later implement them into the regular menu.
So as of September 2020, a research team will be hired to judge the current value of items on Tim Hortons' menu on a time revenue basis. Testing, concepting, and scripting of our new Tim Hortons ads highlighting the comeback of Mr. Timbit and Mr. Diversity will also occur.
From October to December, data collected by the team will be evaluated to finalize a new Tim Hortons menu, marking the impending launch of Mr. Timbit's Tasteful Treats in the coming new year. Tim Hortons will also partner with community organizations such as the YMCA to hire and train those in need of an employment opportunity.
And throughout the month of December, new ads will create excitement for 2021 products. Tim's Interactive will revamp the franchise's social platforms through engaging stories such as polls to reach a broader market. And in the year off, final modifications will be made to Mr. Timbit's Tasteful Treats.
Arriving into the first third of 2021, Mr. Timbit's Tasteful Treats won't attempt to instigate an instant shift, but rather a gradual coming together of Tim's original menu with healthier options. Tim's Interactive will truly take flight as we begin posting online challenges, such as design contests, onto Tim's social media pages.
And nearing the end of April, the research team will evaluate any feedback given back from franchise owners or customers to make additional improvements to the menu. Including Tim's existing Timbit's Minor Sports program, they will participate in other nonprofits to convey what Mr. Diversity stands for, which is building a socially aware brand image.
Another round of auditing and improvements will be made between the second and third of 2021. The months of September to December will look similar to previous thirds as Mr. Timbit's Timmy's Takeover runs its course. If all goes well with feedback, all three subplans should continue to attract more loyal patrons to Tim Hortons and start to regain those deep-seated Canadian roots. While Tim's Interactive and Mr. Diversity will continue to run for years to come, by the end of 2021, a refurbished menu should be set.
Right, and after implementing this exclusive one-year plan with the rigorous addition of an interactive campaign, diversity plans, and healthy meal changes, our predicted profits will have increased by 15%.
Although we would hope that Mr. Timbit's takeover plan is perfect, unfortunately, the reality is that there are certain risks surrounding this plan.
First, the excitement surrounding the new campaign and products will eventually die down, leaving us back to square one. Although the introduction of seasonal campaigns could be helpful in giving customers something new to experience.
Lastly, the switch back to fresh foods in replacement of frozen foods may be a stub in the wallet. Sourcing for these fresh foods will be harder to find, as well as more expensive to purchase due to stricter handlements of ingredients.
So in order to prevent this, the Tim's team could attempt to source locally through reliable nearby farmers or by redistributing budget and inflating the cost of final goods.
While Mr. Timbit will be taking the franchise on a road of renewal, Tim Hortons' core values will remain the same.
So on behalf of Business Bill's branding and Mr. Timbit, thank you for listening.